In this session of the Good News Ministries course on Pope Francis's The Joy of Love, we're going to be looking at the last paragraph of chapter 2. All of us come into this course challenged. In some way or other, we've all had pains and hurts in our families, in our marriages. And many of the people taking this course are doing it because they are looking for joy in their love relationships. They're looking to restore joy. They're looking for healing. And there are many people out there who are looking for the same thing. You can become God's instrument in making this world a better place, fulfilling the mission, the calling that He's given you to help marriages and families. And no matter how many divorces or almost divorces or hardships that you've been through of any sort, it can be used by the Holy Spirit to help others. And that's where the joy comes in. The joy isn't found in finally, my prayers are answered and everything is going well again in my marriage or in my family. This side of heaven, that's not going to happen to our satisfaction, even in the best of relationships. But the joy comes from figuring out what you've learned in your own hardships that others can learn from. When our pain becomes useful to others, useful in ministry, useful to the mission of Christ, we find joy even while the problems are going on. Now, Pope Francis talks about this basically in paragraph 57. He says, "I thank God that many families, which are far from considering themselves perfect, live in love, fulfill their calling, and keep moving forward, even if they fall many times along the way." You see, even in your falls, you have something good. Your life isn't total disaster. We need to look at what's good in our lives. As the old saying goes, count your blessings. Because not only does joy come from focusing on what's good, but healing does too. Marriages and families begin the healing journey when we can look at what's good and build on that. Pope Francis goes on to say that there is no stereotype of the ideal family, but rather a challenging mosaic made up of many different realities, with all their joys, hopes, and problems. The situations that concern us are challenges. We should not be trapped into wasting our energy in doleful laments, but rather seek new forms of missionary creativity. That's what I'm talking about. Rather than focusing on the negative and what we don't have that we long for, focus on what is good, what the Holy Spirit is doing, what Jesus' redemptive power is doing in your relationships. Pope Francis continues, "In every situation that presents itself, the Church is conscious of the need to offer a word of truth and hope. If we see any number of problems, these should be, as the bishops of Columbia have said, a summons to revive our hope and to make it the source of prophetic visions, transformative actions, and creative forms of charity." Wow. I like what he says there. Revive hope and make it a source of prophetic visions. When was the last time you had somebody inviting you to have a prophetic vision? Well, do we feel inadequate to have prophetic visions? The source of that is the Holy Spirit. I have 2 other courses on how to hear the Holy Spirit and how to live in the power of the Holy Spirit. Take those courses because the Holy Spirit is the one who gives us joy. The Holy Spirit is the one who speaks through us to others. The Holy Spirit is the one who gives us hope and teaches us how to spread the hope. The Holy Spirit is the source of prophetic visions. As Christians, we should be able to go into prayer, go deeply into prayer, praise and worship God, and come out of that with some kind of a vision, a picture, an idea, a goal of what God has in mind for marriage, yours, someone else that you're ministering to, family life, the world. Go do it. God bless you.